Hello and welcome to Ears for Dragon, an Eragon reread podcast. I'm your host, Charlie.
I'm Nick.
I'm Shan.
And I'm on summary this week with Chapter 39, Capture at Gil'ead, Chapter 40, and help me out with this one, boys. Do Sundavar Freyhor?
Yeah, good enough.
And Chapter 41, Fighting Shadows. So, I don't really remember what happened last time.
Brom
Brom died!
Oh, fuck yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to that
How
old
can we
man.
forget?
Brom died and we dealt with the emotional aftermath.
That's right.
Murtagh was introduced properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, this time...
Properly, but mysterious.
He's so
Ooh.
mysterious. Eragon and Murtagh set out for Gil'ead to find Brom's Varden contact. Along the way, Eragon's cracked rib heals. They sadly sell Caddock at an unnamed village, and we find out the name of Murtagh's horse, who is called Tormak, after the man who taught him how to fight. Eragon's 16th birthday comes and goes, and Saphira is shown to have grown to be very, very large. Her fangs like the size of Eragon's fist around. It's very big. Murtagh and Eragon take to sparring nightly and are very evenly matched, which they are both super excited about. After about a month, they reach Gil'ead, and Murtagh goes looking for Brom's contact in Eragon's stead, as Eragon's way too recognisable, and will definitely get caught if he steps into a city like that. After a while, he makes it back to the camp, but is followed, and the group are ambushed by Urgles, and Eragon is captured after a cool little battle. In the next chapter, Eragon wakes up in a holding cell, drugged and able to think clearly or use magic. Eventually, after taking a nap, he hears a kerfuffle and looks outside his cell door to see guards transporting the elf from his dreams, accompanied by what he thinks is a shade. He gets very scared and goes back to sleep, and eventually the drug wears off enough for him to think a little clearer, and he figures out where he is, which is in Gil'ead, and that the drug is in his food and drink. He stops eating and discards his food through the cell window. The Shade comes to visit him against the king's orders, and spends a good deal of time gloating, intimidating Eragon, and trying to get Eragon to give him his true name. Eragon at this point can kind of think clearly, but he makes up something very stupid to try to scare him, which is Do Sundavar Freyhor, which means the death of shadows. It doesn't work.
We'll share thoughts on that.
But the Shade is satisfied for now and leaves, and Eragon kind of gets around to planning his escape. And in Chapter 41, Fighting Shadows, Eragon wakes up from yet another nap to discover he can do magic again. He immediately leaves his cell to find his weapons and tries to devise a plan to save the elf. He's able to contact Saphira, and she tells him not to move. Murtagh's on his way. Eragon moves as 6 soldiers cross his path. They fight, he's losing. Murtagh appears in the nick of time to save him again. They fight their way through the fort and find the elf, recover their weapons, all while something on the roof shakes the building and sends the guards running scared. In the mess hall, the Shade catches up with them. Eragon tells Murtagh to escape with the elf and then fights the Shade alone. It becomes clear he's outmatched until Saphira bursts through the ceiling in a really cool little gotcha moment, giving Eragon a moment to escape and Murtagh a window to shoot an arrow straight through the Shade's skull. He vanishes he freaks out, starts screaming and crying, vanishes in a cloud of smoke, and the trio escape with the elf in tow. Saphira is hurt by arrows as they go, but they get away, flying towards the Haderach Desert. And that's what happened in those chapters. How do we find them, boys?
Wait, do we have the desert next? Oh, man.
Yeah. It's not directly mentioned in the chapter, but I had a little look at the map, and that's east of where they are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So wahoo.
Well, we'll get to it.
Looking forward to that. I like these a lot.
I like these chapters.
I think the book started, guys.
The book started. It almost feels like abrupt, though.
It is pretty the series of events is just like like.
Well, I mean, the series of events is a month passes,
true,
and then he gets hit on the head, and 2 chapters of action happens.
Yeah.
Which is like the pacing is a little bizarre.
I guess I skipped over I didn't really realize it was a month time skip. I thought it was
it's like 3 weeks maybe.
Yeah,
actually, but
it does say almost a month.
It's 3 weeks a month, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He healed his broken ribs and bonds or
him and Murtagh become best male bond friends.
They're just the same guy. They're absolutely the same
Murtagh
guy.
is I'm you but older, hotter, and cooler. I wonder why that is.
The first line of what was the first one?
Of Capture Gil'ead.
Yeah. It's just the first few lines are like, your horse. Oh, you named him after your dad too? Cool.
Oh, your horse is so swag. And yours also. It's like, guys.
Come on. And then he gasses up Snowfire for a bit. It's
He
just
sells Caddock
sells
for a
Caddock.
mere handful of coins.
for a pittance.
After reminiscing about like how cool it is to name your horse.
And he just says he's a little sad about it and never thinks of him again.
It's tragic. It's genuinely tragic. At an unnamed village.
Oh.
Unnamed village, unnamed person, a meager handful of coins, and it's only sad because you spent time with him. What about him as a person?
Yeah.
How do you think the horse feels, bro?
What about that time he stood with his ass at the wind?
What about all the times he has not run
What
screaming
about the time
from your
you
dragon?
fucking mind blasted him?
Yeah, what about when you talk to him psychically? How shit does your village have to be that people show up and ask the name and you guys go, we didn't figure that out.
Oh, you
yet."
didn't come up with one.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, it's not important to the narrative.
He would have had to put it on the map otherwise. and I
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
We'd have to decide how far they got in that one day.
Yeah.
One of the books I read recently is there's a town that's so small that it's basically just called town. It's called Chettle, and it's a plot point that it's so small that it doesn't have another name. It's just the word for village.
The village, isn't it?
The village.
That is very cute. Aragorn is so baby and young.
Yeah.
Why are you
He's
16,
16.
haha?
He's a man
16
now.
as Saphira is 6 months.
She's huge.
She's biggie.
She's so big. The description of, where is it? The fang that jutted from her jaw were nearly as thick around Aragorn's fists. Which is like, I did that and I have a very small hand. So, wait, do you think this is like a 16-year-old boy's hand?
Yeah. Sure.
No, I think I think their hands are like some kind of beast I'm observing. I think their hands perhaps grow.
You can do that.
What? What do we got?
Okay, fucked in the head how big your hands are compared to mine. But yeah, that's a big
You
thing.
just have little hands. I have regular sized hands.
No, I'm normal. I'm really normal.
You're waving fist at the mic.
Waving our fists. I'm quite small. I got really short fingers.
Earthbender hand. Yeah, he's also just not very sad about Brom's death.
He's been sad.
Become mellow.
Yeah. He like, it's harder for him to smile.
I think he's become clinically depressed about it, but he's like pretty high funcking.
He doesn't really get what's going on. He's just like, oh, I guess this is life
I
after
guess
somebody's
like
died.
stuff's just harder now. It's like harder to get through the day, but
Not
that's
sure
how
why.
it is.
It just
No
is.
clue what's going on.
Maybe because I don't have Brom here to tell me what to do, to beat me with a stick.
Oh, that old man loved beating me with a stick.
Murtagh can beat him with a sword.
Yeah.
Their fight is so cute.
Their
They're
That's great.
evenly matched. They even tire at the same
Murtagh
way.
is so brave for going up against that sword.
I
Yeah.
think Brom wasn't actually a very good fighter.
And he was very old.
Yeah, I think he was a master of the blade, but he was an old man.
He taught him the techniques. Aragorn's got techniques.
He's got techniques
He's
now,
using
yeah.
techniques.
But for Brom to say, you will never find any man that's better than me, and then Murtagh's just like the same as him.
Shows up. He's like, I'm
Shows
better
up.
Well,
than
he's
I'm better
not
than you.
better. He's equal.
Well, he's
Well,
equal to
beat
Aragorn.
Brom.
Yeah, but once.
Well, then
One time.
Yeah, then Brom stops fighting. He's
Yeah,
like,
he wanted to happen
Getting his
again.
ass beat and then never fighting again is so funny.
I taught you all I know.
No, and I'm not letting you ever beat me in anything ever again. I also love the little detail of every town they go to, if it has a prison, Aragorn's checking
He's
for that one.
Yeah.
He's putting on
He's
disguise.
putting on disguises, and his disguise gets so good he thinks he can sneak into Gil'ead unnoticed.
It's just
He's
like
putting
a hood.
on
It's a different
elaborate
cloak.
disguises.
I think it's a beard, because later Murtagh has a fake beard on.
Yeah, he does.
Where did he get that?
From Aragorn's kid.
Aragorn's costume drawer.
I think Aragorn has amassed a variety of costumes, so sometimes he's a young maiden and sometimes he's a crone.
Oh, we can put that in the show.
He's got like a walking stick.
He's humbled over. He learned from
Yeah.
Brom.
He learned from Brom.
That's the only good thing Brom ever taught him, was how to be a cool disguise guy.
Yeah, how to pretend to be old. It's like the reading is probably pretty good too.
I guess that was important.
I guess to be fair to Brom, he did teach him a lot of things. He was just kind of ornery about it.
Yeah.
And probably should have just been a bit more open and caring.
Yeah, no, we are being a bit unfair. We're speaking ill of the dead.
We
Yeah,
should
that guy
respect
is
the
dead.
dead.
Sorry, Brom.
Lol.
Big ups to Brom.
Well, not that far.
Sorry, small ups to Brom.
Yeah.
Yeah, this chapter is kind of, it's mostly just them walking around, male bonding, and then they get to a camp and decide how to get to the city.
Sorry, there is that really funny bit where at the end of their fight, Eragon's like, "Wow, your teacher must be so rich from teaching everyone how to fight so good," and Murtaugh's just like, "He died."
He died.
And Eragon doesn't even know how to respond to that and doesn't like say it. No, does he even say anything?
I think he walks away.
He's like, I think that's the end of the convo. He doesn't say it.
Yeah. He says, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, and the conversation is over.
That's done.
He died. Sorry?
Oh, soz, dude. Also, Murtaugh's like really scared of magic.
Also, he knows about magic.
But
Which,
can't
like-
do it.
Yeah, he's got his like mental resilience thing going on, but
Yeah.
can't do magic, which is... Now, why is that?
I don't know. Can anyone do magic? I thought you needed to have some kind of skills.
I don't know. I don't remember.
There
I
is
know
like
we
a lot of
talked about
magic
it.
because there's
We
wizards
talked a
and
lot about it
witches.
because there's like 7 different types of casters.
Yeah.
But I
And
don't
sorcerers and
remember if
magicians.
it's like anyone can learn to do some of those things. Or if it's... So I think some of it's innate. But like wizards might be taught.
Yeah.
Something
We
like
don't really
that.
meet any other magic users except for writers and Angela.
Elves and elves and,
And elves.
witches.
And elves, you can assume, are innate. Witches have potions. I guess the shade's probably innate.
No, the shade is evil soul.
Oh.
Doing evil things to souls.
Oh, yeah.
Or spirits, rather.
I have no track of if anybody can do
Yeah,
it.
I'm not sure.
I think anybody can talk psychically.
anyone and everyone and any beast and creature can speak and understand psychically.
Yeah.
But I think that you need some kind of ends to magic.
Well, magic is names, but also, like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think
I'm
you
not
need
sure,
to
like,
have
just
some...
anybody can do it.
I think even if, like, you know about magic, that doesn't mean you know how to do it.
Maybe it's narrative bias because we start with Aragon from, like, buttfuck nowhere who has no idea that magic's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, we've been over this. You should know.
You should know.
You should know. You
The-
have a magical god king.
Yeah, the evil god king in the capital is immortal and magic.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I mean, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
Speaking of the capital, they just kind of sneak past it.
Gil'ead is not the capital.
No,
No, they go past
Oh,
Urbane.
right. They go straight past Urbane.
Yeah.
They go around it a little bit, but, like, they can just go past it.
Do we get to Urbane in this book?
Oh, I
No.
don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't think so.
No,
right?
no.
I think my...
No way would they go there.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. My memory of Drosleona was what I thought Urbane was.
No,
Oh,
I don't
right.
remember what Urbane is like at all. I don't.
Yeah.
I genuinely
Yeah, I
might
have
not
no
go
idea.
there until like the end of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't read
Because
the
why
last
would you go there
book. Yeah.
if you weren't ready?
Because the murder god king is there.
Yeah, like you're not gonna go there unless you're ready to face him. So I don't think they go until like the 4th book unless they sneak in. Maybe like Roran sneaks in or some bullshit.
Oh,
but, like,
Lauren's gonna do something.
Roran's gonna do. Well, will he? My memory is that he doesn't do a hot.
Oh, shout out, mentioning Roran, shout out to, I'm not sure their name, but an artist on Reddit who drew Roran looking exactly like our flatmate.
Oh my god, we
Like,
saw that picture
scary, exactly
in
like
the
him.
room.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Also, not how I imagined him at all.
No,
No,
definitely not.
no, I didn't. Like have a premonition of our flatmate Michael when I read it. I'm gonna find that post so we can shout out this artist.
When I imagined Roran, I imagined him blonde with like the 90s like dreamboat like swoopy bang haircut for some reason, and then later he gets a beard, and I remember getting really mad about that.
Yeah, I thought brown hair, but like, I don't know, just a rugged lumberjack kind of looking guy.
Ah, interesting. I am blonde pilled from the photograph on the front of the book.
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
fair,
yeah.
which is not a good way to live your life. Does Aragon
Being
canonically?
blonde-pilled?
Yeah, Aragon canonically has normal eyes, right? He's not
yeah.
blue eyes.
I don't know what color his eyes are.
It's probably in the first description.
Yeah, probably is.
They might be blue. I actually don't know.
Ooh, what if he's like the classic book special type, dark hair, blue eyes?
Like the
Wait, no, doesn't he just like...
Gibbony darkness.
Doesn't he
turns
look
into
exactly
Ravenware.
like Christopher
He looks
Paolini?
exactly like
Yeah,
Christopher
yeah.
Paolini. Yeah. That's really weird how that happened.
I don't know. Strange.
Okay, Reddit user u/IzzyD is the one who has drawn our friend Michael.
Thank you, Izzy.
Thank you so much, Izzy D. It was really swag.
He loved it.
He was kind of scared.
What else happens in this? Oh, Saphira gets some lines, which is nice.
Aragorn talks about his disguises and says he can disguise himself enough to go into Gilead.
Oh yeah,
And Murtagh says no.
Murtagh eats really grossly for a bit.
Yes, he kind of like...
Why? What's
He
I know.
seized a bowl
He's
and began
like-
eating with gusto.
He's gone for hours, comes racing up with like no one immediately behind him, but he's been racing the entire time and is like, I'm so hungry, I can't tell you my information
even talk to
until
you
I have
right now."
eaten.
Also, my snitch friend is telling everyone about everything.
And he takes a few sloppy bites.
Yeah, of like whatever stew Aragorn made up from the like dried rations or whatever.
He's talking with his mouth
He
full.
is. He's a teen. Disgusting.
It is gross. It is super gross.
Is
yeah.
Murtagh like,
He's 19?
yeah, I think so.
If he's 3 years older than Aragorn. Aragorn was 15, so he's like 18.
Maybe he's
19.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically dead.
Yeah.
He's over
Way
the
past cusp of manhood.
he's over the cusp.
Oh, he's way over the hill. Yeah, the Urgles show up, I guess.
Yeah, they
They
get
hit
ambushed
Aragorn
and
with like
bonked
a
on the
big
head.
hammer or something.
He blows that guy up, though.
Oh, yeah.
He Brisingers him, and it, like, explodes him. Hold on, what's the line? The Urgle's face contorted with terror as he exploded in a flash of blue light. Blood splattered Aragorn, and a brown mass flew through the air.
Shit.
What was
Aragorn,
that?
that's fucked up.
Yeah, pretty evil.
And like that used way more energy than you needed. Have you learnt nothing from blasting pebbles through people's skulls?
I know.
And then he gets bonked on the head by a big club.
He immediately gets caught. I loved. You don't get much of it, but I like to think that Murtagh and Saphira are so friends in these next 2 chapters when they're
Yeah.
planning this heist to get Aragorn out of jail.
Well, they want to get Aragorn out of jail. They've got a common cause.
I also think it would be funny if Murtagh, like, and Saphira doesn't talk to Murtagh at all.
Sorry, I don't know.
That
you.
would be
I don't know
would be
you.
funny. They
Stares
do
at
seem to
you.
have strategized though.
Yeah.
Yeah, later he does. I think it might just be very rude to talk to somebody's dragon, because like later he
He asks Aragorn
to contact her.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's like, how were you talking to her this whole time?
Well, I imagine he was
speaking.
Just speaking out
Speaking.
loud, and maybe she was like
Just nodding.
telepath saying it back, or just
but
nodding.
his mental shield is.
His mental shield.
And he's not letting it.
yeah,
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 I don't
for
think
sure.
he would let her into the mental shield.
Maybe she can write. With her
She's also literate.
Yeah.
If Aragorn's literate, she's literate.
Innate dragon literate.
Oh my god, all dragons can just
What if
read.
she's literate in runes?
She's writing shit down and Murtagh's like, what the hell does that say?
What the fuck is going on?
What are you saying to me right now, dude?
The hell did you just say to you, little bitch?
Yeah, that's
He
about all
kind
there
of
is
is
in
a
that
Navy
chapter.
SEAL, I'll be honest. Yeah, that is about that. I really, really, really like the next bit where he's like drugged in a cell and he's so
out of hell is
stupid.
so funny.
So
He's like, oh,
stupid.
how nice of them to give me some food.
Yes.
Weird that they're humans. That's okay.
Huh. I got picked up by Urgles and now I'm in person prison. Whatever.
wow.
it
Looks
doesn't
out the
matter.
window. There are people there. Cool.
Let's go to sleep. Oh, how lovely. They've given me some food and water right when I became hungry and thirsty. Aha.
My delicious heel of bread and a whole onion. You pick up on that?
How did they fill
what
that
the
with
fuck?
drugs?
They're injecting it.
Stuffing
They
it.
grew it. They're just fertilizing it with drugs. His tray of food is like a piece of bread, some cheese, and a whole onion.
It's a whole onion.
Like a whole raw onion.
I did catch that. They were expecting him to Tony Abbott it.
I wish you could put gifs on t-shirts.
Ah.
GIF of Tony Abbott biting into that little onion. I want it so bad. I guess the mug will have to suffice.
Mm-hmm. I wish it was a mug of him biting the onion, though.
It's his little face. I guess we could rig it up. Like, it wouldn't be... a TV on the shirt would be really uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That'd have to be a Halloween costume.
Be one of those, like,
What are like
Flexi
the holographic
LCDs,
ones
yeah.
where you move
Oh
it
my
side to
god, that
side,
would be
it's
so
like a different
good.
one,
And he bites it.
like mouth open.
That's so good. Somebody write that down. It's fantastic. Yeah, and I guess he's eating this shit meal, looks out the window.
Has some bad soup and bread.
Yeah. The fact that he even recognizes the elf, we don't know her name yet, when he's in this state is honestly huge on his... Well, he's obsessed with her, what am I saying?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
he did
he's
a
been
good
seeing
job.
her in his dreams for months.
Yeah, this would freak me out so
He's
bad.
like, oh, it's the woman from my dreams. She's a different species.
Oh, she's not a human.
Also, she's real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he already
No, he
thought
knew
she
that,
was
he knew
real
that.
because he was checking every cell in the country haphazardly.
I do think it is...
And then he's just like, oh shit, a demon is here.
Yes.
We get this crazy explanation of her, description.
Of her, of the shade.
Well, one at a time.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to do it? Her sculpted face was perfect as a painting. Her round chin, high cheekbones, and long eyelashes gave her an exotic look. The only mar in her beauty was a scrape along her jaw, and nevertheless, she was the fairest woman Eragon had ever
Wait,
seen.
it starts like a paragraph earlier as well, like her
Oh
long
my God, her
midnight black hair
her midnight
obscured her
black
face,
hair,
despite
her
a leather strip bound around her head to hold the tresses back. She was dressed in dark leather pants and a shirt. Wrapped around her slim waist was a shiny belt, from which hung an empty sheath on her right hip. Knee-high boots covered her calves and small feet.
I get it, bro. She's little. The small feet.
The
The
thing.
small feet thing was like,
Why did this need to be in here? I do think it's, and this is coming from position. I'm an elf guy and Nick is a dwarf guy. I think it is
possibly stemming from this series.
Yeah, my elf thing is not from this. I think
No.
the elves in this are lame as shit.
Are the elves
Mine
in this
is from
short?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, that's fair enough, yeah.
Because of night elves, they're swag. I just think it's really boring when elves are like completely indistinguishable from a human except pointy ear. Make them look like fucked up little freaks, or like don't put them in your book at all. It's not worth it. You can tell a dwarf from a mile away, you know?
Well, no, you can't. They're too short.
can't see him.
Can't see him.
Sorry, 500 meters. But yeah, she's very beautiful. She's very unconscious. She's very skinty. She has tiny little feet.
What's the height stance on
I
for
think
elves
they're the
here?
same
They're
height
the
as
same
humans.
height?
They're pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah.
They might be slightly taller even.
I don't know. I think she's shorter than Eragon because
Yeah.
of course
Because
she,
she's a
she,
woman.
Because she's
she
a
will
woman.
be. Of course she will be. But I don't know that for sure. But that's just my thoughts.
Well, has Eragon had his growth spurt yet? He's 16. It hits people.
He hasn't been eaten.
Yeah.
Maybe
also
he'll
gets,
get
like,
it once he gets.
a rider growth spurt, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he gets a rider growth spurt, yeah.
He gets like rider plastic surgery.
He
Yeah,
gets,
that's
he
right.
gets snatched.
Oh, he looks
He
more like an
gets, like-
elf because of
He
it.
gets like rider a shin extension surgery.
He gets taller. His ears get longer. He gets like
His eyes
sculpted
get
and-
fucked up.
Yeah, his eyes get all beautiful. He gets sculpted. He's like walking around like, hey guys.
But
Like, he gets
he's
like,
like-
anime eyes.
But I think he's like freaky to humans and elves. Like no
Yeah,
one
everyone's-
likes what he's got going
Everyone's looking like,
on.
what the
Like,
fuck is
bro,
that?
you got a little bit too much work done.
Bro.
You shouldn't have got the vocal
Oh my
fat.
god, Eragon went on botched.
Alright. And speaking of, let's talk about the shade.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, he's so swag. He's so beautiful.
Oh,
he's
he's
so,
so swag.
epic.
He's so cute.
Oh, most evil man in the world.
Yeah, he was like sitting on his bed thinking like, how can I make this guy as scary and evil as possible? I've got it. Blood red hair and eyes.
Pale white. This dude's like a vampire.
Yeah, he literally is just a vampire.
This is just like
Oh, and he's filed his teeth to points.
Yeah.
Because he's a scary guy.
Yeah.
He's evil.
this is Christopher Paolini was in his little house, having premonitions of Danger Day era Gerard Way.
I will say, and I am the number one movie apologist. I know it's bad, but some of the costume design is good. The shade design in that is really, really cool. He's got like a bunch of like, they're not facial tattoos, they're like
Yeah.
really thin,
Oh, like scarification?
really red scars.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
That are just kind of like around his eyes and face, and it looks dope. He's also Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time.
Is that a pro or con?
I don't know. I watched about 10 episodes of that show and it was unbearable. So,
No.
bro, fucking Lightning McQueen or some shit shows up in the last season.
But like as a person.
I think
It's
so.
like a hot man or something.
I think he's a hot man.
I'll be honest, I'm just going to take your word for it.
That could
think
be true.
this
I could be
true.
lying.
Yeah.
I could be making this
You
up.
could be making this up.
I believe it, but that doesn't mean anything.
The thing is, I genuinely don't know what I know about Once Upon a Time that is real and what is like fan
I think
stuff.
I
I know-
saw some of the first season.
I've never seen it.
I know for a fact Elsa shows up.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
Elsa's
that's
there.
like season
I
3
know
or
that
something.
everyone ships like Snow Queen or something, and I think maybe it happened for real, but maybe that was fandom. I don't
think it
know.
happened for real. There was a feel free to cut this, but there was a girl I was friends with in high school, completely heterosexual woman, spent all of her time reading lesbian fan fiction of those two women. So there was something in the water in that TV show. No, dude. Nothing came up
No,
later.
nothing. Never.
Heterosexual woman.
Completely.
It's the craziest thing that I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my life.
I don't know about now, but for a while it was like one of the highest like FF ships on
Ever.
like ever on like everything on like Tumblr's year in review on AO3 like
My
I think
God.
it's because they fucking hated each other. But also they shared a child. Yeah.
Yeah.
The evil queen, I think, adopts the main character's son when when the main character abandons him when she's a teenager or something. I don't really know. Anyway, what were we talking about? Rumpelstiltskin. That's
the
right.
shade.
The shade,
The
the
shade.
shade.
He's fucking epic.
He's fucking evil.
I think this book we get the only other POV chapter is from him, and it's like later. And it's really fucking cool.
Cool.
Shades are dope. They're like the coolest magic thing that Paolini came up with in this book. I'm sure he comes up with something cooler later when he's like 20. But Shades are rule, and he's really scary, and Eragon is very, very scared of him.
I guess the prologue's also from point of view of the shade.
It's kind of point of view neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Um,
kind of close third on the shade, right?
Yeah, I think so. Close third.
We'll come back to the shade, but Eragon is like learning how to beat this drug. Do writers have like a healing factor?
I think they must.
I think so. Yeah. I think it gets textualized later.
Yeah, maybe.
But it seems like
It just
he
makes
does.
sense.
Or this is a shit drug.
Yeah, it's also that. It needs to be like constantly slipped into food
Yeah.
and it wears off
Well, I
immediately.
mean, he's not lucid until he's missed like 3 doses. So
Okay.
like,
Maybe it's okay.
Yeah, I guess also the only other person we've ever seen drugged with it is Brom, and Brom was a writer, so
Yeah,
we have no control.
No frame of reference.
Yeah, get Martag with this shit, see what happens.
we have Big Time Rush, no control.
We have One Direction, no control. I think it
Foul.
might be a foul. It's a good track, whatever.
Smart Eragon moment. Not
You're
eating.
one of those guys who went to the Big Time Rush concert just to see One Direction open and then left.
I would never do that. I love the Rush.
I do it for the rush.
Do you still have that version of Big Time Rush where you can see the edge of the sets? Or is that on YouTube?
I don't
What?
have that.
We, like, in third year or something, we watched a bunch of Big Time Rush.
But like in
I have the
in
first season
widescreen.
yeah, it's like...
in like 720, I think.
Yeah, it's really, really low quality. And I think they just forgot to shrink the aspect ratio because you can see people waiting in the wings for their turn. It's so good.
No, I don't have that.
I have to find that and show that to
Sorry,
you at
I
some
might
point.
have it in. Maybe I have it in 1080. I have it in like a surprisingly high resolution.
Do you guys want to watch a bit of Big Time Rush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one time I was in my media folder to put something on. My screen was like cast to the TV, and you were like, "Is that Big Time Rush?" and made fun of me. So I've never suggested we watch Big Time Rush.
I'm sorry.
Get rid
I
of the
got
rotation.
season 1.
I shouldn't have done that to you. You're my friend. Yeah, he stopped eating his.
You want to talk about fucking male bonding?
You're right. We need to get in our matching robes and slippers and watch Big Time Rush.
What if we got sleep caps as
Oh
well?
my god, and candle holders.
Candle holders.
It'd be so good. Yeah.
The next time our power transformer explodes, we'll be ready.
I'm gonna shoot that shit with a crossbow, dude. I love this, like, mind game that he comes in and plays with him for a little bit.
I love that the shade comes in to gloat.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
like,
that's so evil, it's so
I
powerful.
got you.
Yes.
He comes in to gloat. He comes in to try and take control over his body and soul.
The fact that he thought that would work is crazy.
The thing that's
Hey,
truly...
bro, what's your true name? What's your true name?
Yeah, the fact that
Do
he
you know?
thought that
Do you
would
know?
work is insane.
Yeah.
The fact that Eragon thinks, I better come up with something plausible, and says the killer of shadows or whatever,
That's so funny.
is like
I don't
the stupidest thing
So
he's
your
ever
name
done.
is 3 words long? Like, it's a long-ass name, first of all. Obviously a lie.
He's never heard anyone's true name. He has no idea what kind of structure they has. Like, it was so stupid.
Yeah, and the fact
I
that he
better come
fell
up with
for
something
it.
plausible that could be believed. I'll say this.
Well, he does say then he wants to scare him, so he's like, oh, I'm going to have a scary,
It's so
spooky
stupid.
name.
I'm gonna get him.
And I switched
I
a
mean,
few
he
letters
very
around.
much did not fall for it.
No, he didn't fall for it at all.
Not
No,
even a
he
little.
tries to use it in the fight later.
No, because he's making fun of him, because that's how he knows that he's not drugged, because he said that bullshit, and if he was drugged he wouldn't have come up with something like that. He would have tried to answer. He's making fun of him, saying like, ooh, killer of shadows. Yeah, you see. He's not drugged. He doesn't believe that's his true name.
Well, I read it differently.
No.
Maybe I'm stupid.
Wait.
Maybe that would work on you.
It would have.
My true name is Killer of Charlies.
You're killing 100 little dogs.
You wouldn't be
You're
able
no
to stop
evil
yourself
guy.
from
I'm
drinking
sorry,
all
I
that
would
water
never.
and eating all that stale bread.
I would 100% be able to stop myself from drinking all that water. The number one water drinker is sitting directly across from me, my friend. If somebody in this room's getting drugged by poison water, it's not me.
But he says it tastes bad. I wouldn't drink it. I'm finding this. What does he say?
Don't rub it in, man.
I don't know, thoughts of drinking cool water tortured him.
You really think to defeat me, do Sundavar Freyr? What a pitiful name. I would have expected something more subtle from you, but I suppose that's all you're capable of.
No, you're right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
making
he's
fun
making
of
fun of
him.
I was not thinking when I was reading this.
Anyway, he can't do magic. Aragon's sad and in the cell.
I'm sad and high.
He just takes another nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like, okay, I gotta wait. And then, immediately leaves with no plan.
No, he wakes up, he uses magic to throw his blanket in the air and form into a little ball, and then he leaves.
Yes!
I was like,
Fighting
yeah.
shadows.
He's
He casts blanket levitate, and then is like, hell yeah!
I can take on anyone, even though your magic didn't save you in your last fight, bro. He's got a little bit too much self-confidence, I think.
Yeah.
Every fight he's had has gone badly for him.
He goes and opens with magic and then uses all his energy. It's like, oh my
I'm
god,
so
I can't
tired,
fight.
I
Oh.
don't know.
Yeah, that's just, he would have been killed and destroyed.
Mm.
Like, instantly.
Murtag's job is to show up and save him.
His fake beard is so funny.
It's cracked up.
Eragon's threats to that guard are so fucked up.
Why does he
Yeah!
know that?
Well, he doesn't, he's just making it up. But
Yeah.
he's like, I'll heat up this grain of sand and put it in your tummy forever, and it'll stay hot forever.
And it'll slowly burn through your body.
And he just turns the rock red. Like, he does not heat that bad boy
I think
up.
Murtag's standing there like, dude, what the fuck? Oh my god.
To be
Oh,
fair, he's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can
He's
be,
16 and he's just come off a bad trip.
Yeah. He can be
He's
as edgy
capable
as
of
he
anything
wants.
right
He's
now.
really having a bad
He's
day.
fucking pissed.
I like that Murtag brought his bow into close quarters and it worked. I don't think he should have done that.
No.
But
I think it's foolish, but it's a recurring theme amongst our fellows.
Yeah, dudes with
They
bows are
love to
cool.
do
they're bow
that.
guys.
Well, you see, the elf has a bow too because bows are cool.
She has her sheath still attached to her belt.
Yeah, they didn't take that off.
take
They
that
took
off.
their
While they're
sword.
torturing her.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know, a big hunk of metal. She could swing that around or
Yeah.
something.
Well, it might be leather, but like,
But
Yeah.
still.
why did you leave that on her?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with how they go and find her, and she's sitting there looking all regal and giving them a look, and then passes out
Immediately.
instantly. It's just so funny.
No, she's very fun. That is a very in-character thing for her to do, also. I'm really glad she's here in a person.
Yeah.
I mean, she's unconscious for the rest of the book,
Well,
She's unconscious now.
but she's a body. She's there.
I think it's by choice. She's like, I'm
No,
not hanging
fuck
out with
this.
these
No,
kids.
yeah,
I'm 100 years old.
it's because she's being poisoned or something, right? She has to
Yeah.
enter elf stasis.
What else is left?
Saphira pulls the ceiling off of the
Oh my
prison
God, so good.
and kills like 7 guys who were up there.
Mhm.
Yeah, the moment where like he's fighting the Shade and the Shade's like, "You suck, haha. You'll never defeat me."
You suck and you're stupid.
That felt a little pointed.
No, that's what he's
That is what he's
saying.
saying.
But yeah, and he's like, "Oh, writers suck. You must have had so many of you to keep the power." And he's like, "You forgot about one thing, the dragon."
dragon.
And she like blasts through the ceiling. It's so good. It also doesn't do that much.
No.
Roadhog still has to kill this guy for him.
I think this
Shooting
fight's
him
really
in the
good.
Murdoch shooting an arrow, and he's like, "You'll have to try harder than that." And then
He's like,
getting hit
"Okay."
between the eyes and bursting into a puff of smoke is so funny.
Yeah, no, the action in this, like, these chapters, like, or this chapter specifically, is, like, really fun and paced pretty well, and this fight is, like...
The description of the sword fight being like the payoff for all the I don't know, sword fights in the rest of the book is really good. Does prove again that Brom is not
lying.
Yeah, lying.
No, he said you can fight any human, but anything else will wipe the floor with you.
That's true.
Something
Yeah.
else is wiping the floor with
That's
him.
completely right.
I also love that Aragorn gets in here and is immediately like, "Oh my god, there's bread on the table."
He chugs
Yes.
some beer and starts ripping into a hunk of bread after like one day without food.
Dude, like, again, I guess he is a teenage
Yeah,
boy.
it's so
Needs
important.
as
But,
much
like,
as he can
oh
get.
my god, dude, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I've been reading the like Ancillary Justice trilogy by Anne Leckie recently, and there's a character in that who they keep bringing up over and over again as 17, and everyone is just like, "Oh, this meal's a bit small." Everyone's just like thinking it constantly, like, "Oh, that meal's a bit small for a 17-year-old. We're gonna need to pile some
Feeding
stuff
him?
up.
Double that serving.
She needs more."
He's gonna waste away. I love Hellfire. He's strong.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my god, I thought of you so hard when I read that. That whenever you say "oh hell's" like a fantasy guy.
yeah, it's funny.
Hellfire. He's
Hellfire.
strong.
I'm gonna start using that.
You should.
Yeah, it's
I
really
do.
good,
Have they mentioned hell in this book before?
No.
No.
Well, except for Hellgrinder, I guess. But like,
Yeah. I don't think hell exists.
Are
Full
there-
stop, but I don't think
are
hell
there
exists in
demons in
Allegasia.
here? I don't
There are
know.
demons, yes.
Are there
Yeah,
demons?
Yes, that's what the Shade's magic comes from.
The shade comes from
I thought it was
Evil
spirits.
spirits, yeah.
Evil spirits.
That's different.
That's what
Yeah.
demons are.
Well,
Well, no, they're evil spirits. I thought he was like torturing spirits, and that's why it was so evil to be a shade.
No, I'm pretty sure. Well,
we'll find
we'll
out.
get the
Find
details
out.
of it later. We don't have to argue about it now. Some kind of bad juju is in her.
What do you mean we don't have to argue?
You're right. That's fine.
We don't have to fight.
We do.
Yeah,
I'll
there's-
come up
there's
with some
three of us
random,
on the podcast, so
some
we do
bullshit
fight.
memory from 3 books from now, and you won't have read the book, and you can't say anything. You're-
Oh yeah. Once we're out of,
and
like,
we'll all forget by the time we get there, and I'll get away with it.
Wasn't like the first
In
criticism.
Inheritance, Aragorn grows wings.
man, I should have read
Our
it.
first criticism of the podcast was we got along too well. I think that time's over.
Yeah,
we need to
let's-
fight.
We need to start killing each other
Yeah.
with hammers for real.
Well, once book 2 starts and we have very few memories
We're
of the future, we
be
can
so
come up.
confidently
We can
can-
wrong.
lie.
We can be confidently wrong. We can come up with theories, and they don't have to be the same.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Once we're out of this book
It's gonna
and like,
descend
the
into
first
chaos.
half of is the next one called Thorn?
No,
No,
it's
it's called
Eldest.
Eldest.
Oh, it just has him on the front.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like
Just
the
a
dragons.
picture of him.
Then I think we're out of the zone where any of us really know what's going on.
I know broad strokes of everything that happens, but there's like a lot of character and like.
I think I
world
remember
building
where
I don't
Roran
remember.
goes, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think I
Roran stuff
remember his
really well.
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that much of what he's doing when he's in like war camps and stuff, but like
He's
his
hanging out.
travels
He's going
and
on a
stuff.
big
I
journey.
mean. He's like
Hanging out
knocking
with
up
his
his
wife.
wife or something, but like
Whoa.
his travels, I know where he goes.
How old is Roran? Like 19, 20?
He's 2 years old. He was 17.
He's
He was
He'll be,
17
like,
and 6
18,
months
19.
have passed, so he might be 18.
And he gets that girl pregnant.
Right? I think so. I don't
think
know.
She was there. Isn't she being kidnapped or
They
something?
unkidnap her at some point.
Well,
I think
yeah.
that's what his quest's about.
Yeah.
They unkidnap her, and I think that maybe they have a bairn.
They definitely have one in the oven for like book 3 or
Yeah, I
something.
think so. Yeah,
Roran's a teen dad.
they're teen parents in a war zone.
No.
It's horrible.
Yeah, we've got a new lens to
We'll
read
get to
book
it.
2 on.
I don't know what it is, but we've got one.
It's
got
pretty
one, we've got
exciting when we get to it.
We've got a new lens. We'll let you know when we found it.
We're just kind of scribbling around on the floor right now. I fucking love how dramatic the shade is about dying here.
Yeah.
He gets there, he walks up, like, unclasps his cloak, and it drifts to the
Slips to
floor.
Grandmother, it's me, Anastasia.
He waits until they mention, oh, I hope the shade doesn't show.
I fucking love this guy. He's such a
He's
nasty,
so
messy
fucking
bitch.
funny.
He's like, oh wait, Murtagh, there's a shade here. Oh, I hope he doesn't get here.
You cold.
in my mind, I hear like the Dracula sting, like, doo-doo-doo, and he arrives.
Flash of
Yeah,
lightning.
swings open the fucking doors.
Strahd ass motherfucker.
Hell yeah!
Just like
Appears out of a pillar of smoke.
yeah, the shade howled with agony and writhed, covering his face. His skin turned grey. Mist formed in the air around him, obscuring his figure.
My
There was a
beautiful
shattering
face.
cry, and then the cloud vanished. Like, getting so mad you dissolve into a cloud of mist. Come on, man. He's just such a classic vampire.
Cry about
it.
So good.
It's happened, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I've seen it happen.
When those fucking bitches didn't kiss in summer straight, we were 3 pillars of mist, so I
Oh,
swear
yeah.
to God.
Oh, we were
Don't bring it up.
furious.
Don't even bring it
Oh
up.
my god!
I'm still so mad.
If you want to be hetero baited to the fucking brink, watch Summer Strike.
I was standing up pacing around the after.
That just wasn't the show we wanted it to
No,
be.
I think it also
was for
helped
so
we were all
long.
kind of drunk watching the finale. But like,
Because we were so excited for what we
Yeah.
thought was going to happen.
Yeah!
Because there'd be like fucking 12
The
episodes.
build-up.
Well,
Whatever.
don't worry about it. Listen, we don't need to get
Watch it yourselves, you'll
Yeah.
understand.
You'll fucking see.
Do or
Then
don't.
you will see.
I like when the shade vanishes, all the soldiers like, he's gone! Get him, boys!
Yeah, and dying immediately.
They're just like, knew it, fail, get him!
They get fucking
And then the
smoked.
ceiling falls on them.
Aw,
I think Sophia eats a dude.
Probably.
poor bastards.
But she bursts in the ceiling, and a few of them run away, and the rest of them decide to keep fighting. Get out of there,
Guys,
guys! Are you kidding?
And it's like, it's kind of posed like the ones that are running away are like, oh, they're kind of cowardly dudes leaving. It's like, there's a fucking
They're
dragon.
completely right.
Bust-
They've
Busting
got
through
like
the
a piece.
roof
They've
right
got like
now.
a big stick. What are they
Yeah.
gonna do? Get out of there, guys!
The
This
guys
is-
with the nets, like, there's
Oh,
my net's
you're
not
gonna
big
get
enough.
You've got a sentient murder machine coming through the ceiling right now.
Yeah, even if they don't know she's sentient, like
She's just ripped the fucking ceiling off.
Yeah. And also, like, it's not morally wrong for her to eat you.
She's
You're not-
she's already done it to a few of the guys on the roof, apparently.
yeah, you knew there was a bunch of guys on the roof, and the roof is now gone. Like,
Get out of there. Just get out of there. It's bad. Oh, I love when she gets back and she's like, I missed you, little one. It's so
Aw.
cute.
mhm. I love how she also has Eragon's overconfident flaw. Because he's like, there's 3 of us, can you carry us all? She's like, yes, of course. Jumps off the roof and like plummets a bit and is having a really hard time.
She's like, oh, don't worry about it. Yeah. Get shot, like. No, it is very
love
good.
her.
Everybody in Gil'ead is freaking the fuck out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't really
And
spend
they're
very
right.
long in Gil'ead.
Yeah, these guys have to leave civilization for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Well, they're about
They're
to.
about to go to the
Goodbye
desert.
to the desert
Yeah.
for a while, I guess.
I wonder if the...
I don't even know if it's that many chapters. I think it just feels long.
Yeah.
Do they? I guess they have to go back and get the horses, right? Because they have to torture them in the desert.
I gotta assume that
They might have left
they
the horses
they
at
would
the
have
camp outside.
they stashed the horses somewhere, definitely.
Yeah.
The horses, like, weren't at the camp when they got ambushed.
No, they were at the camp when they got ambushed, but they
But
probably...
Murtagh and Saphira got away, so
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they had like 2 days of planning. So
Okay.
They probably lived.
yeah,
them
they
somewhere
probably
else.
stashed the horses somewhere.
Couldn't
on the
leave Snowfire and Tornak behind.
Tornak.
Tornak.
They could leave Caddock behind.
Yeah, they did leave Caddock.
Yeah.
They hate Caddock.
Gladly.
I hate Snowfire.
Snowfire sucks.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Snowfire's a little bitch compared to the Chadley Caddock.
Yeah.
Snowfire has, like, no personality.
He's a white horse.
He's a white horse.
He's literally a white horse.
Yeah. I don't think Aragon talks to Snowfire at all.
No. He's not a stubborn bay. B-A-Y.
Clarified.
Before anyone yells.
I'm not calling a horse. Wiping up this horse. That one Roman senator.
That's about all we have to say for this.
Yes.
Oh, no, we have one more thing to say. New book alert!
New
Oh
book
my
alert.
God!
Yeah.
I would like to thank everybody in the world for channeling their positive energy to me, but in particular, I never lose, nothing bad ever happens
Yeah.
to me. It is the Murtagh book.
Oh my god, guys, should we
Yes.
put our pre-orders in?
Yes, legitimately, let's. Can we get signed copies?
Can we
I
pre-order
don't
them
know
yet?
how. You can pre-order them. I was just thinking though, you can't pre-order Unity books unless it's within 6 months, the next 6 months, but it comes out in November. I don't know if there's signed copies available. I don't know how we would get one.
Well, I guess we just have to wait for Chris to mail them to us.
Yeah,
specifically
surely
for
we just have to
podcasts.
tweet it, Chris.
Hey,
Oh,
Chris,
don't
if
do
you're
that.
listening.
No.
Forms. Hey, Chris, if you're listening, we would really love
We
some
would
signed
really
free
love
copies of
that.
Murtagh.
We love Murtagh.
We love him, we love him. I'm the number one Murtagh fan on the planet, and I would really love it. No, it's gonna be good.
That's gonna be so
It's gonna
good.
be so good.
Also, like, more Thorn. I really like Thorn a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Poor little fellow. But
and
it's
knowing
gonna
that there's
be
like a whole other trilogy as well, like
What?
this.
What?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't book 4 of 6. It's just like another in between book.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
this podcast's never gonna end.
Oh, book 5.
We're gonna be doing this shit when we're 30.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, yes. Oh my... And the show's coming out.
I actually still haven't read the book with Angela.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
read it either. I have a copy of it, but I feel like I can't read it because of the cast. But like I do own it. I put it at.
We could do that as
Dead
like a
Souls.
bonus, like, little cast. at
It's
some
it's
point.
like 3 short stories,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
could
An
do
episode each.
when we launch our Patreon, we can do whatever it's called.
But, okay. Let's
The Witch,
think
the
about
Worm, and the
this-
Worker. I think
The
it's
Fork,
called.
the Fork, the Witch, and the Worm.
The Fork,
Mhm.
Witch.
Let's
Yeah.
think about this logically. It takes us an hour and a half to do 3 chapters.
I don't know how long the short stories are.
and we don't have to really get that in depth with it either.
Mm.
Okay, Nikki, what are we reading next week? Wait, who's on summary?
I think
Sean,
Sean
it's
is
me.
on next
What are
week.
we reading next week then?
Sorry, I don't have my book super hand. It's just like, I mean, it's on the floor next to me, but next on the chapters
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
have a look. So we've got a warrior and a healer, water from sand, and the Rama River.
Yeah, so they're in the desert for,
For
like
one chapter?
like 2 chapters.
Yeah, so we don't get to
It's
the
just
Hatterack
it
Desert
feels like
until
a-
the one afterwards, and then doesn't seem to be much more desert after that actually.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have like 2 episodes in the desert.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Because water from sand, they're definitely in the desert.
Definitely
That's how they
in the
figure
desert.
out you can dig a big hole and get water.
Yeah.
I remember this clearly.
Because I thought about that, and you can actually do it.
Yeah, it works.
Pretty cool.
There's water down there.
Sure
Yeah.
is.
Maybe he learned that by digging his big hole.
Probably.
The deep cut.
Went too deep, got water.
Oh god. Got sogged up.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, oh my god, Maybe, like, if you guys want, maybe rate and review the podcast.
Yes, please
Oh,
read
yeah.
We got our first rating. It was from our flatmate, because we've never asked anyone to rate or review the podcast ever. We make a lot of jokes about Patreon, but if you would be interested in that, like,
Rate
send
and
us
review the podcast.
rate and
Give us
review,
a
or send us a
message.
tweet, or something, or like a DM or whatever.
Yeah, we're on Reddit. We're
We've
on
started to
Twitter.
realise that there are actually people out there listening, so hello people.
Yeah, hello people who are listening.
Hello.
Yeah, we're on Twitter, Ears for Dragon, Tumblr, Ears for Dragon, Reddit, Ears for Dragon, and also, I guess,
And also we're earsfordragon@gmail.com if
you
you
want to
would
send
like
us
to
an email.
email.
we will maybe reply to you.
I check I check everything like once a week, so like there might be a
Yeah,
delay.
it's on rotation.
But I do check the inboxes just in case. I get to see our podcast stats where we're not in the rankings for anything. It's really funny. It's like, here's your monthly ranking. It's just a line. So if you want to boost us so that we can be in the ranking,
Number 999 of all podcasts.
Let's get those numbers up.
Yeah.
in the like books. Well, the week that Chris retweeted us, we were actually ranked in books.
Oh, wow.
That's huge.
I can't remember what our ranking was, but we ranked that week.
Yeah, help us boost
Yeah,
the cast. We're having a lot of fun. We want to keep doing it. We will keep doing it even if you don't, but...
But we're glad you're here.
Yes. Alright, yeah, this has been Ears for Dragon, and we'll see you next week.